Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So in this video, I'm just going to update you guys on the mining profitability of Ether, as well as kind of put these profitability numbers into perspective given the historical average. I think that's something that's very important to do right now, just given how low profitability is. I know a lot of people, myself included, are a little bit panicked regarding how low the profitability is. So I wanted to see how unusual it is based on historical numbers. So usually I show you guys the numbers based on my Ethermine page, but my equipment has been down for several hours the past day, just because I was working on a separate project and I had to move cables around, so I had to turn off some of my equipment. It wasn't actual problems like them breaking down or anything. So anyway, we're on the Crypto Compare website. This is a very accurate website as well regarding the numbers. So I went ahead and plugged in my info, 220 mega hash per second rig, my electricity rate roughly 16 cents. My profit per month is about $60 to $70. What is it making total? Total, it's making about $200 a month right now. This is now the newest low that I've ever shared with you guys. And actually it's starting to recover. Well, I mean, it changes all the time, but rather, this is the lowest number I've shared with you guys, but yesterday it was actually even lower. Yesterday it got down to as low as around $180, which that was very low. At that profitability rate, several more states were no longer profitable to mine, such as the first one always being Hawaii. They have a very high electricity rate, close to 30 cents. But also Alaska was no longer profitable, and Connecticut was no longer profitable, Connecticut having an average electricity rate of about 20 cents per kilowatt hour. Luckily, it's recovered a little bit, and I believe those two states are now profitable again. But again, just because you're profitable doesn't mean you should go out and buy equipment. I'm not telling you not to do it, but I mean at these profitability rates, we're looking at more than 3 years to break even, unless your electricity is like 5 cents, which for most people that is not the case. But anyway, not to go down another tangent there, let's go ahead and look at the analysis that I did. Because these profitability rates are very low, and I wanted to see, well, how unusual is this? I wanted to put like a number on it, like how unusual is this? Like, are these profitability numbers, do they happen like less than 2% of the time that you're mining Ether, or does this happen like 40% of the days that we mine Ether? Like, where on the spectrum does this fall? And so again, what I did is I calculated this profitability rate, which is basically the price of Ether divided by the difficulty of Ether. Because the difficulty, it's essentially a measure of time, because based on the difficulty, that's how long it's going to require you to mine some amount of Ether. So you can essentially substitute difficulty for time. So price divided by time, that gives you a profitability rate. And then I went ahead and calculated this metric every single day since back in September 2015, which is essentially the right around when Ether was born. So I went ahead and plotted that every day, just like with the pricing and the difficulty, and then I took the average of that number since 2015, and the historical average profitability rate is right here. It's 0.23. The current profitability rate that we are experiencing based on the current numbers is about 0.123. So it's basically about half. So basically anyone mining out there right now, we're getting like half of the profit based on the historical average, right? So if you have equipment that's generating you $100 a month right now, based on the historical average, it should be generating about 200. But again, some months it's higher, some months it's lower. And given the fact that we're down to half, how unusual is this? So what I went ahead and did is I additionally calculated the standard deviation for this mining profitability rate. The standard deviation is 0.138. And now I made a little bit of an assumption here. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with statistics. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. But basically, any data set can be approximated to a Gaussian distribution, which is your standard bell curve. So basically, what I did is I assumed that this profitability rate since 2015, that it can be approximated, or rather fit a Gaussian distribution. So I assume that it fits a Gaussian distribution. If you assume that, you can calculate what in statistics is known as a z-score. So based on this number, the current profitability of mining Ether, plus the historical average mining profitability of Ether and the standard deviation, I went ahead and calculated the z-score. So based on these numbers, our z-score is negative 0.78504. So now based on this z-score, we can determine where on the bell curve, on the Gaussian distribution, this profitability falls. So basically we can see, once we have the z-score, I'll show you guys in a minute, we're going to be able to see that X amount of days you have a lower profitability rate, and X amount of days you have a higher profitability rate. So then we go to our probabilities of the standard normal distribution z-score table, and then we just look for where our z-score is. So our z-score, again, it's minus 0.78. So here on the left hand, on the column, on the vertical column, we're going to look for minus 0.7, which is right here. And then on the column, on the horizontal column or horizontal row, we're going to look for the 8, because this would give you minus 0.7, and the second digit would be 8. So that would be the minus 0.78. And we can see how that gives us this figure right here, 0.2177. So basically what this is telling us is that our current mining profitability rate is at the 21st percentile. So basically 21% of the days that you mine Ether, you will get a mining profitability rate that is lower than what we are currently experiencing. And on the other side, about 79% of the days that you mine Ether, you will be mining at a profitability rate that is higher than what we are currently experiencing. So again, if you're mining Ether, roughly 21% of the days you're going to make less money, and roughly 79% of the days you're going to make more money than what we're currently making right now. The way I see this is, I mean, it can be looked at either way, as good or bad. Obviously, the good side is that 79% of the days we're going to be profiting at a higher number. And then the bad side is that 21% of the days we're going to be at a lower profitability rate. And for a lot of people, that's going to knock them out of being profitable. It might even make me unprofitable a lot of days, because my electricity rate's pretty high at 15%. 15 cents per kilowatt hour. So again, 21% of the days we're going to experience a profitability rate that's lower than what we're currently experiencing, which I consider to be a little bit high. Honestly, before I did this analysis, I thought we were like, I didn't think this number was going to be any higher than like 10%. But I mean, to simplify it, if you're mining 1 out of 5 days, you're going to experience a mining profitability rate lower than what we have right now, and 4 out of 5 days you're going to experience it higher than what we're getting right now. But anyway, that's that. I won't go off on a further tangent. I figured I'd just show that. Information with you guys, because I'm a data guy. I like analyzing numbers and data. I work as an SQL developer, so this is right up my alley, this type of thing. But yeah, anyway, leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the video, as well as what you guys think about profitability rates right now being so low. Let me know if you guys think I missed something in my analysis. Let me know if it made sense or not. I know I'm good with numbers, and these numbers are pretty accurate, but I'm not so good with communicating results. So hopefully that all made sense. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, which should be in a couple of days. All right. See you guys later.